questions, we have answers.
Listen carefully.
You can't really be against hydrofracking and say you're an environmentalist because immediately the default options are fuels that are much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good finally Friday to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Glad to have you tuned in wherever you might be. Maybe you just got through listening to the 20th anniversary of the early morning show with Nathan and Landry Brewer. A big celebration. Jennifer Ward out here taking care of business. I appreciate all those that help have made that show successful over the years. Here's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Taco soup, tortilla chips, salsa, and cheese cubes, plus a dessert. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens meals, just $7. Everybody's welcome. Their dining room's open from 11 to 1, Monday through Friday. 1510 West 9th Street. Call in your order, 225-5821. Ask them about how you can get on a reoccurring donation. Trying to help save this program and keep it continuing here in Elk City. Taco soup, tortilla chips, salsa, cheese cubes, dessert. That's what's on the menu at Elk City Meals on Wheels. Miss Virginia, if you're listening in this morning, there's your menu. Texoma Girls tonight, or this afternoon, actually, 3 o'clock at Canute on ParagonTV.com. They changed that game from Saturday to a Friday tip-off. So that tip-off is going to be this afternoon at 3 o'clock there in Canute. Can't make it, log on to ParagonTV.com. It's Donut Friday at the station thanks to Amy Donuts at 301 North Van Buren in Elk City. Monday through Sunday, 4:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can call in specialty donut orders, 580-303-7203. Got a convenient drive-through. Their smoothies are awesome. Their kolaches are so delicious. Just hammered one of those sausage and cheese kolaches just a moment ago. So, Amy Donuts, the official donut sponsor of Donut Friday here at Paragon Communications. Don't forget to go by and tell them you heard about it right here on the Exploring Energy Radio Show. And if you're wanting free books, Carnegie Library still loading up that Carnegie Caravan, delivering free books right to you. You can call 225-0136, 225-0136 for free books delivered to you in the Elk City area. And if you're having trouble reading regular size print, well, ask them about a program that can help. It's a free program that can help you with that. So, again, Carnegie Library, friends of the Carnegie Library, 225-0136. I'll get back at it here this morning after a wonderful new year. Ringing it in. Quicker and quicker as the older I get. West Texas Intermediate, here's some commodity prices for you. West Texas Intermediate on the New York Mercantile Exchange down 49 cents, trading at $56.83 a barrel. That's a January contract there. Brent crude oil on the ICE Futures Exchange down 48 cents, just still north of $60, $60.37 a barrel for Brent crude oil out of the ICE Futures Exchange in London. That's a February contract there. Tocom crude oil in Japan, it's the only green on my sheet, about 460 yen per kiloliter on a December contract. New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 4 cents, trading at $3.64 per million BTU. Some of your refined products here on this Friday morning. RBOB gasoline, New York Mercantile Exchange, January contract down $1.73 to $169.77. Heating oil down 49 cents, trading at $211.86. And gas oil down $8, trading at $614.75 per metric ton. Okay, being that dispensed, I kind of gave you a brief rig count there Wednesday, but stable rig numbers in Oklahoma and the U.S. on the latest Baker Hughes rig count is Oklahoma's oil and gas drilling numbers held steady. Another week, U.S. rig numbers did the same, recording a gain of one rig to reach 546, according to the most recent Baker Hughes rig count. Oklahoma's total remained at 43, the same count as a week earlier. The U.S. total of 546 was reached within a gain of 3 oil rigs for a total of 412 drilling for oil, while the number of natural gas rigs still active fell 2 to 125. The miscellaneous Geothermal rig count was unchanged at 9, and the offshore total remained at 16. Oklahoma's count of 43 compared to Texas, where the total declined by 1 to 231 rigs in Texas. New Mexico's count was unchanged at 101. North Dakota remained at 27. Louisiana continued with a total of 43 rigs. Colorado's total stayed at 11 rigs. The red top rig report in Kansas showed the state's count remained at 15. Ohio was unchanged at 14 active drilling rigs, and the Baker Hughes rig count. Pennsylvania continued with 18. California saw no change with a count of 8, and the count in Alaska remained at 9. West Virginia's count of 7 was the same as the previous week, while Wyoming saw a gain of 1 for a total of 16. So again, total of 412 is still below the amount recorded a year ago. The account is 43 fewer than 589 reported last year, and the decline included a drop of 70 rigs drilling for oil, while the gas rig total over the past 12 months grew by 22. Miscellaneous count also increased by 5, and that's the geothermal push on those miscellaneous counts. Well, just a little bit of business going on there at the Corporation Commission. When he met briefly with the Oklahoma Corporation Commission before he was terminated as Director of Administration, Brandy Reith indicated the 3 commissioners gave him no explanation of why. They didn't say anything. He told the state capitol website Non-Doc on Tuesday after he was removed from the position. They just say that I could resign or they would terminate me. And either way, there was a severance package that they do on the separation. And I said, I will not willingly leave my people. I've worked too hard to be here for them. And I know, that's what I'm terminated is going to do to me that hadn't already been done by the years. So 3 hours later, the commissioners, Kim David, Brian Bingman, Todd Hyatt, returned and voted unanimously to terminate Reith from the job he had held since June of 2022. They offered no explanation and declined comment following the meeting. Non-Doc reported on some of the comments Reith made to some loyal employees, some who cried after his firing. So Reith is out on that deal. Yeah, kind of weird. Of course, you never know what's going on on the backside, so hard to make an informed decision on that, especially when everybody's pretty tight-lipped. Well, RNG, we haven't talked about that in a while, but RNG, renewable natural gas. I remember when I first heard about this, and it was a story that they started doing it in China. That's basically just drilling into a bottom of a landfill and using that methane gas from all that rotted waste that forms that methane gas. And they were putting her down the line, selling it. Well, Noble Environmental Inc. has placed 3 new renewable natural gas, RNG, renewable natural gas facilities into commercial operation, expanding its landfill gas-to-pipeline portfolio across the Mid-Atlantic region. The newly commissioned plants process landfill gas and upgrade it to a pipeline-quality RNG, renewable natural gas. 2 of the facilities were also tied to a recent transaction in which Noble sold approximately $34.8 million in investment tax credits generated by its renewable natural gas assets, RNG. The facilities are designed to capture methane that would otherwise be released into the atmosphere and converted into usable natural gas for injection into existing pipeline systems. RNG produced from landfill gas is increasingly viewed as a near-term decarbonization option for utilities, transportation fleets, and industrial users because it can be deployed using existing infrastructure. I'm proud of the RNG development team led by Andrew Yo, Eric Kettering, and Andrew Thomas for their tireless work over the last 12 months to build high-performing plants quickly, said Nick Stort, chairman of Noble. RNG continues to play a critical role in the energy transition, and we look forward to unlocking more RNG value at Noble landfills in the near term. Noble develops, builds, and operates these RNG facilities at its landfill locations, integrating gas collection, upgrading, and delivering to its broader waste management platform. The company operates solid waste landfills and transfer stations in Pennsylvania, Ohio, and Maryland. Very interesting stuff when you really get to looking at it. I mean, you look at how many landfills there are over the continental United States and how much of that methane gas is not being used, is not being captured. Now they can go right in there and go right to it. It kind of reminds me of whenever I went to, now the name escapes me, but it was a plantation right outside of Nashville. And I think Beaumont, maybe that was it. Anyway, they were using methane gas from horse manure. They were they had a big horse operation, and they were piping that gas through wooden piping into the house and lighting their chandeliers. And I was thinking, man, that's pretty cool stuff when you think about it. Just you're taking a byproduct of your horsing operation, you're putting it into a pit, you're sticking a pipe down on the bottom of it, and how they made it work, I can't 100% tell you, but I do know that was it. It was pretty good stuff. And this RNG, we're going to probably start hearing more about renewable natural gas as we go further. But like I said, the first time I heard about it was a story that came out that China was doing that, drilling into the bottom of landfills and producing that methane gas and refining it, putting her down the sales line. Good stuff. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with more of the Finally Friday edition here in 2026. It's here. Unbelievable. Thanks for being here. Be right back with more of the Exploring Energy Radio Show in a moment.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken, there's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter. Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from all of us at Windy Nissan of Elk City. If you're looking for a great deal on a new or used vehicle, you can find it right here at Windy Nissan. With payments starting as low as $249 a month, no payments up to 90 days, as little as $0 down approvals, and also enjoy up to $7,500 off new 2025 Nissan Pathfinders, Armadas, and Muranos in stock here at Windy Nissan of Elk City. Windy Nissan has a great selection of inventory available with over 200 new and used vehicles to choose from. We have half-ton four-wheel drive pickups. We have diesel four-wheel drive trucks. We have large SUVs. We have small SUVs, your affordable sedans for your first-time drivers. We truly have something for everybody here at Windy Nissan of Elk City, Oklahoma. And with over 30 banks to choose from, we have financing for nearly everyone. You can view all of our inventory right here at 114 Access Road in Elk City, Oklahoma, or at windynissan.com. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays.
Need to dig it? Then it's time to rent it. But call 811 first and then head on over to DJ's Rentals and Sales and let their knowledgeable staff help you get it started. Whether it's a backhoe, a post hole digger, a mini excavator, or a skid steer that you need to help make that job a little easier. You can find them all and more at DJ's Rentals and Sales, 911 South Main Street in Elk City. Text them on the text line at 580-799-7214. Find and follow them on Facebook. And don't forget to call 811 first.
You get a cup of coffee, you walk up to the cashier to pay, and there it is, a world of possibilities right there at your fingertips. The Penny News, our free gift to you.
This This is the Exploring Energy Show.
It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show, and thanks again for tuning in. American Hose and Supply, one of the great supporters of this show. If you're wanting to keep making money, your equipment, your machinery have to keep running. That's the simple math of it. They'll help you do that. American Hose and Supply. High pressure, low pressure, suction, discharge, doesn't make any difference. They can cut it, custom make it to your length, crimp the right ends on it. You'll be set to go. American Hose and Supply inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City. You can call 303-1123, 303-1123. Go to those who know hose. And Fred's Steakhouse right next door. Home of USDA graded beef ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignons, sirloins, hand cut daily by the in-house butcher. And also home of the $4.99 chicken fried steak, served daily hand battered country gravy, house made mashed potatoes. Fred's has numerous side options available, along with fresh salads and soup of the day. Freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery. Fred's Steakhouse has 7 kinds of chicken: grilled, barbecue, teriyaki, mushroom, baja, of course, fried chicken, maybe seafood. That's what you crave. They got grilled or fried shrimp. They got grilled salmon, freshwater catfish, fish tacos. Appetizers sure to please everyone. Wood chips, fried pickles, just to name a few. Cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. And Fred's has a full-service bar, your favorite cocktails, specialty drinks, wine and ice cold beer with your meal. Fred's Steakhouse can also host your private event located at 2107 South Main Street in Elk City. Call 243-2100. Order online on the Chow Now app. Open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. That is Fred's Steakhouse right here in Elk City. Good stuff. Okay, back at it this morning. Well, Beaumont new ammonia facility produces first volumes. Now is a 2026 startup. Beaumont, Texas new ammonia facility, Southeast Texas, has produced its first ammonia as commissioning advances with commercial operations and global deliveries targeted for this year. The Beaumont new ammonia facility has produced its first ammonia after completing systems testing, marking the initial phase of commissioning at the site. The facility is expected to begin commercial ammonia production after it has handed over to Woodside Energy from OCI Global in early 2026. Production of lower carbon ammonia is targeted to follow in the second half of 2026. Woodside said in its finalized supply agreements with global commissioners or customers for conventional ammonia volumes from the Beaumont facility. Delivery is scheduled to begin in 2026, continue through the end of the year. The contracts are structured around prevailing market prices, with additional agreements under development to align with expected output, including lower carbon ammonia. Demand for this lower carbon ammonia is emerging in Europe and Asia as buyers pursue decarbonization and energy security strategies. We're pleased with the results of the commissioning and systems testing completed to date. These outcomes confirm the facility's production readiness and our ability to move forward toward commercial startup following handover. This milestone also reflects the disciplined work of both the OCI and Woodside teams. That's what Kellyanne Locken, Woodside's vice president for Beaumont New Ammonia, said. Ahead of the handover, the project will undergo additional verification, but once fully operational, the Beaumont New Ammonia facility is expected to have a production capacity of about 1.1 million tons per year. And if you want to know about tons, that's a metric ton is basically what that is. Could nearly double as U.S. ammonia export capacity is supporting growing global demand for ammonia and hydrogen adjacent projects. Remember, as a kid, we always used to take an ammonia applicator and put it in our soil up there in Missouri, south of Kansas City, where I grew up. We needed it, for the crop rotation and those kind of things like that. But no, that's some stinking old stuff. But it is used for a lot more things than what people understand. But it is definitely, it's in fertilizer for sure. But we used to just put that ammonia right in the ground with these applicators. So I don't know. It's going to be good stuff. We talked a lot about these pipelines, and I came across a deal where the NGL is going to build a 500-mile Targa pipeline from the Permian to Mount Belvieu. Targa Resources will build the 500-mile Speedway NGL pipeline from the Permian Basin to Mount Belvieu, expanding processing capacity with the Yeti plant, and add Buffalo Run gas infrastructure and a $3.3 billion growth plan. Targa Resources said in September 30th it will construct the 500-mile Speedway NGL, natural gas pipeline, to move natural gas liquids from Permian Basin to its fractionation and storage hub in Mount Belvieu, Texas. The 30-inch diameter pipeline will launch with a capacity of 500,000 barrels per day of NGL, natural gas liquids, expandable to 1 million barrels per day. Scheduled to enter service in the third quarter of 2027, an estimated cost of $1.6 billion. Targa is also advancing its midstream build-out with a planned Yeti gas processing plant facility in the Permian Delaware system, expected online in third quarter 2027. Combined with other projects under construction, the company will add 5 Permian plants over the next 2 years, increasing inlet capacity by 1.4 billion cubic feet. In addition, the company announced Buffalo Run, a project that includes a new 35-mile natural gas pipeline and a 55-mile conversion of existing line to gas service. Buffalo Run will link Targa's Midland and Delaware systems, and together with the previously announced Bull Run extension, expand connectivity. Again, we're talking about how much we need to continue to better our infrastructure here in the United States, because it is one of those deals where you have to be able to get it around. You got to be able to get it to where it's got to go to get put in service, or to put it on a tanker and send it over to some of our allied countries exporting. I'm really glad to see it, because for years we weren't putting enough pipe in the ground, in my opinion, especially large, long-term pipeline projects. And if you've never seen like I said last week, if you've never been out to the firing line basically on a pipeline where they're putting that pipe in the ground, and the welders and the workers and the side booms and the track hose and that whole deal, it's pretty amazing. What's really amazing too is these guys that go and bid these jobs, and they have to go out there and just kind of look over the whole thing, and good gosh, 500 miles. Man, that is a lot of ground to cover. And then they got to look at road crossings or borings, and they got to look at, ponds and lakes and streams and streets and, gullies and hills and valleys. It's just an unbelievable task. But these guys go out there and they make it happen. And my hat's off to them. It's not an easy job. Of course, it's like professional golfers. They make it look real easy, but I promise you, there's a whole lot going on that you do not see. It's like the old duck that looks like it's not doing anything above, but underneath, those old feet are just going 100 miles a minute. I'm going to take another quick break. We're at the bottom of the hour. I'm going to be back with more of the Finally Friday edition here, our first edition of 2026 of the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Don't you dare go anywhere, and we'll continue right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? Catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Genesis is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Genesis Cafe.
This is Shawn with Galleria Furniture. Right now, we've got an incredible offer on the Hudson collection. This leather sofa has all the features: a drop-down table with storage, power recline, touch puck lighting, and even Apple charging tray with USB charging. And here's the bonus. When you purchase the sofa and the love seat, you'll get the matching leather power recliner for free. That's over $1,000 in savings. Located in Elk City next to Tractor Supply, where friends don't let friends pay retail.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-948-7878. That's 800-948-7878. 800-948-7878.
Isn't it interesting the things we do with labels when it comes to oil and natural gas?
You know, saying the world is coming to an end is kind of, it's a bit of a crazy statement. And I'm sure in those 100 years with the natural gas that we have, we will find some other way to produce energy.
So you're not worried? You're an optimist.
Yeah.
Good.
So I just think people have lost perspective on how much oil and gas is crucial to how they live.
See their stories at oerb.com/micro.
For over 100 years, Farm Credit of Oklahoma has proudly served our area's farmers and ranchers. So when it comes to ag lending, don't fret it. Call Farm Credit. You'll never regret it.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
The show brought to you in part by Camrock. Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Camrock's oil is the same specification and lubricates the same as the designer brands, but Camrock's oil costs a lot less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money with Camrock. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse. Online, camrocksupply.com. 4 locations: Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. Camrock Supply. Local guys with local ties just doing business with their community. And ASCO Equipment, 513 West 20th Street here in Elk City. If you're looking for heavy equipment for sale or rent, ASCO is your source. Their new and pre-owned construction equipment fits your needs and your budget. ASCO's leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors, proudly serving the Elk City area with construction equipment like tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, compactors, the big stuff. They want to be a partner in your project. Their equipment repair shop also ensures quick and efficient heavy equipment repair and construction equipment maintenance. Additionally, their team of employees and fleet of field service trucks are ready to roll to your job site to assist you with construction equipment repairs 24/7. No matter what heavy machinery your job or project requires, they can provide equipment solutions. 200 factory-trained certified technicians on staff, 140 field service trucks with the latest repair and diagnostic tools on board. They'll come and work on your equipment, no matter who you bought it from, when you bought it, what brand it is. $21 million worth of parts in stock, and their flexible rental rates. You hear E.J. Gredeman talk about it, and it's more than talk at ASCO, man. They walk the walk. They will work with you. Talk to them. See what they have to offer. Go by. Maybe you're just wanting to rent, lease to own. Maybe you're wanting to trade in a piece of equipment. You can do it. 513 West 20th Street, one of 27 locations throughout Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. You can call them at 323-3422. 323-3422, ASCOEQ.com. Equipment sales is Bart Shields. Equipment rental is E.J. Gredeman. The branch manager, Jeremy Bridgman. All the folks at ASCO, 513 West 20th Street. Stop in and tell them we said hi from the Exploring Energy Radio Show. Okay, well, the Henry Hub, we've been seeing a lot of it, which is the natural gas price. So here's what the U.S. Energy Information Administration says. The U.S. EIA, Energy Information Administration, forecasts Henry Hub natural gas prices to average around $4.01 per million BTU for the full year 2026, with prices expected to be higher in winter quarters, around $4.35. We've seen it up to $4.50. But in the first quarter of this year and $4.48 in the fourth quarter of this year, the lower during milder periods, like the second quarter, they're looking at about $3.32 per million BTU due to rising U.S. production and LNG exports, according to their December 2025 short-term energy outlook, their STEO. So again, they're looking for the annual average approximately $4.01 per million BTU. In the first quarter, around $4.35. In the second quarter, around $3.32 per million BTU. The third quarter, about $3.91, and then the fourth quarter, $4.48. Some of the factors influencing the forecast, of course, some increased production. Rising U.S. dry natural gas production, partly due to higher natural gas to oil ratios in the Permian Basin, helps moderate prices. LNG exports, growing liquefied natural gas exports are a key driver supporting stronger prices. And the weather, of course. Colder than expected winter weather in late 2025 increased demand and prices, with milder weather expected in early 2026. These forecasts are part of the EIA's short-term energy outlook, their STEO, and can be updated. So checking the latest EIA releases for the most current figures is recommended. This is what we do here. So it was, I'd run across a story, but I'm having a 502 bad gateway. So I'm going to have to clear some stuff out of my cache, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, natural gas, it is here. It is going to continue to be here. We are embracing it here in Oklahoma. It's helping keep our rig count steady. I mean, they're getting oil too, but they're getting natural gas with it. And one time I had a guy who's in the know tell me that, you know, within this 100-mile radius of out here in Elk City, you can find every kind of natural gas there is on the planet. Sour gas, sweet gas, dry gas, wet gas. He said it's really crazy. But he said that when he was working overseas, when they found out that he had cut his teeth basically in the oil and gas business right here in western Oklahoma, they were like, okay, yeah, you'll do, because you've already seen everything that we could run into, you know, and it's pretty cool when you start thinking about it. But then again, too, you know, it keeps everybody on their toes, you know, and we got some of this natural gas that's under some really, really high pressure. Going back to my old days, selling pipe valves and fittings, I remember when these high pressure gas lines, they use the triple X and quad X. So just to give you an idea, on about a 2.5-inch OD piece of pipe, triple X is 0.750. That was a 3/4 inch wall. Okay, quad X 875. Okay, so it just had a very small hole in it, and you would seem to think that was some really, really strong pipe, but man, that stuff would bend so easily. We would actually take it up to Charlie King in Watonga Pipe and Metal up in Watonga, and he would bend those pipes, and he would put 45-degree angles and 90-degree long sweeps on the end of tangent of pipe. And then he got to where it was like, okay, we'll just weld that on instead of having to take a tangent up there. So he just made 90 and 45 long, not I say long radius sweeps. And they thought it would help to keep the gas from swirling out the pipe. Dyco, they were a big proponent of the expansion loop. I don't know if anybody out there remembers those, but they used to have a big loop in the flow line that came off the tree, and it would make this great big old gigantic loop. And it took about a 26 foot piece of pipe to make this expansion loop, and then they would put that in line to basically slow down the gas. I don't know, but I just know that I have seen little piece of sand swirl on a long radius 90 and just eat that piece of pipe out. It's craziness. But natural gas has come a long way, and I know that the technology has come a long way from where we once were, and it's good because it's the bridge fuel to now, not to the future, to now. That's why Oklahoma took those legislative steps to say, hey, listen, if you come in here and you build your own natural gas-fired power plant, we're going to help you out with that. And that's the way it should be. Because not only are they using the natural gas that we have an abundant source of right here in the state, they're buying it right here. And, the transportation costs aren't going to be as great because it doesn't have to go as far. Not as many people have to touch it before they use it. But still, natural gas is definitely something that we're going to continue to use for electrical generation, heat. I cannot believe some of these some of these blue states, that are just restricting the use of natural gas in homes and businesses. I can't understand it, but I guess it's we'll follow the money, so to speak. I don't know. Anyway, some of the top stories from my memory from this last year, of course, it was basically Trump lifting the NWAR, the natural, up in National Wildlife up in Alaska, opening that up. There's a lot of oil up there, and it needs to be opened up. And because the proponents for the pipeline, for the big Trans-Alaska pipeline, said that that's going to just destroy all the ecosystem, and it's going to destroy the permafrost. It's going to destroy, and the caribou migration is going to be affected by it, and it's going to be the most terrible ecological man-made object ever. I mean, I can remember that. I can remember not my stepdad, but my biological father was a bush pilot in Alaska, and he would give reports about it. But anyway, and then they found out that, hey, it didn't do what they said it was going to do. In fact, the caribou use it for shade. It didn't affect the permafrost. It has been a wonderful situation. Well, Alaska's got a lot of good reserves. And I'm telling you right now, most of the Alaskan people, they want that because that's the money they make. That's their income besides, hunting and fishing. The salmon run up there is good for about 3 months. And, I guess the people that are mining for gold up there and all, but the Alaskan Native Americans, they are wanting it. And it should be. And the new administration is understanding that. The other thing that was probably the biggest thing that happened this last year was the EPA rolling back those, just govern law through regulation. Regulations, that was the law. It wasn't what the law said. It was the law they made for these regulations. And I'm really glad to see that the United States started understanding after Trump got in there that these were ridiculous. They didn't use common sense. They were overburdensome to the pipelines. I talked about that just a minute ago. Getting the infrastructure to move that oil and gas around the United States. That's what the president has done with his new administration, with Lee Zeldin and the EPA. They were such a restrictor, and the past two administrations under Obama and on with Brandon really put a hurt on the oil and gas industry and the coal industry and any of what they call fossil fuels. So we'll wait and see. Maybe this year will continue to get better. I think it's going to. I think we're going to have a banner year. I still see a lot of just some crazy scratch your head stuff that's going on in the United States right now. hopefully they'll get that all worked out. I'm relying on a much higher power. I pray for our nation daily because it definitely needs it. I hope you do as well. I'm going to take a quick break and be back with the mop-up segment. We'll have your, weather forecast, and some energy stock prices of local note, energy news in my briefs, and more as we continue with the Exploring Energy Radio Finally Friday edition right after this.
The Exploring Energy Show.
Looking for the perfect venue for your next event? Look no further than the Frisco Center, located in the heart of western Oklahoma. Whether it's a stunning wedding, a joyful reception, a memorable birthday party, or a professional seminar, we've got you covered. With spacious rooms and exceptional service, Frisco Center is designed to make your special occasion unforgettable. Located at 101 South 4th Street in Clinton, Oklahoma. Call us today at 580-323-7874 to book your date. The Frisco Center, where every event is a reason to celebrate.
Hey folks, this is EJ Gredeman with ASCO Equipment out of Elk City, Oklahoma. If you need rental equipment, I got your back. From excavators to wheel loaders, telehandlers, and forklifts, we rent the brands that you know and trust. With flexible terms, responsible service, and expert support, we're here to keep your job on track. Need equipment? We're on it here at ASCO Equipment. Visit ASCOEQ.com or stop by our Elk City branch, 513 West 20th here in Elk City, Oklahoma, or you can just give me a call, 580-243-9233. Appreciate it, folks, and y'all have a blessed day.
They're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes some money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oil field or agriculture. So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. You're a oil field customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. If we're competitive on price, we say we'll bring it to you, we'll do whatever it takes to get it to you, make life easier on you, or you can call us to solve a problem. Hey, can you get this? Why wouldn't you? American Hose and Supply, 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in a season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Camrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oil field companies also. They use it in frac pumps, and they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them. Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse. The price savings it's huge for them.
We rent most everything, from backhoes to mowers to lifts and chainsaws. DJ's Rentals and Sales, 225-1400 on South Main in Elk City.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
All righty then. Let me click a couple buttons here. I was going to say I was going to get this little pretty gal up here, but looks like your camera ain't on, girl Fry. That's crazy. Anyway, well, we can still hear your beautiful voice.
Okay. That's all that matters.
You got it. Okay. This show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources, SOER.OERB.com for a complete list or to register for SOER's upcoming educational opportunities. www.soer.oerb.com. Here's what we got coming up. January 14th, Tier 2 reporting. This training covers the purpose and requirements of the Emergency Planning and Community Right to Know Act Tier 2 reporting program about your hazardous chemical inventories. Then SPCC training, January the 29th. Those are both free, both Zoom meetings. The Tier 2 reporting is, January 14th, 10 a.m. Zoom meeting. January 29th is an 11 a.m. Zoom meeting for SPCC training. Again, just go to www.soer.oerb.com. At the top, it says Producer Education. Click on that. You'll find the workshops. Another quick click, and then you just pick whichever one you want and register right there on the site. Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral and Royalties Manager. Had no idea how complex managing royalties and minerals were until I had my uncle gave us a few, and it's just inundating, especially if you don't have a clue. David Allen Guest can get you the most out of your royalties because he understands it. I guess I thought it was just all cut and dry, but it's not. This man is he is an investment, not an expense. And he is a man of integrity, guy you can trust. And if you find yourself in a situation to sell, David's a buyer of royalties from estates, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Look him up on the interweb. This hour's weather forecast brought to you as a service of Carter Electric in Elk City. If your power goes out at midnight or on the weekend, you can call Carter Electric. They provide 24-hour emergency electrical service. Want to make sure your power stays on regardless? Well, a Generac generator dealer, Carter Electric, they're authorized. They can size it, sell it to you, install it, come back and service it. Kirby and Mary Orgain, they're the owners. They're the ones that help you see the light of day even at night. And a lot of the work goes on overhead. That's why Carter Electric has pole trucks, man lifts to get way up high if there's a problem up there. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric. Call them at 225-2447. 225-2447. Providing you this hour's weather forecast, a service of Carter Electric. What do you got over there, TJ?
Today we're sunny with a high near 65, northwest wind 5 to 7 miles per hour, becoming east in the afternoon. Tonight we're mostly clear with a low around 37. Saturday sunny with a high near 63, north-northwest wind 5 to 10 miles per hour, becoming east in the afternoon. Sunday, partly sunny with a high near 63, south wind 9 to 14 miles per hour, increasing to 16 to 21 miles per hour in the afternoon. Winds could gust as high as 30. Monday, mostly sunny with a high near 74. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high near 68. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high near 68. And Thursday, a 20% chance of showers, mostly sunny with a high near 63. There's your chance of rain.
We need it. You know, we had a little sprinkle at my house last night. I was so excited. Yeah. Yeah, we got just a little bit.
Wow.
Not enough to wet the ground, but enough to go outside and say, hey, I feel precipitation coming down.
Yeah, not at my house.
Well, you're on the west side of town.
Right? Dang it.
Okay. There's some energy news in my briefs. The Oregon Nuclear and Long-Term Energy Planning. They announced a 25-year nuclear and energy strategy aimed at meeting surging demand. The Oregon Capital Chronicle reported the Oregon Energy Strategy outlines plans to improve building efficiency and expand adoption of cleaner energy sources, including solar, thermal, wind, and nuclear. Oregon. Stay away from that northwest. Americans spend about $532 billion annually on utilities. Annual utilities. Americans spend that $532 billion per year on utilities, driven largely by rising electricity costs. The median U.S. household paid $347 per month, or about $4,168 annually, accounting for roughly 5% of the household income. Data centers allow direct power plant connections. According to AP News, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission will allow data centers to, connect directly to power plants. As of mid-December 2025, the move aligns with the Trump administration's push to expand AI development and domestic manufacturing. There's a lot we don't know about AI. There's a lot that is still unanswered. But the one thing I will tell you is the United States has got to continue to work toward this, because if they do not, the other nations, our allies and our enemies, are going to get ahead of the game, and we do not want to be searching for that last seat when the music stops.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we left behind on that one.
That we cannot be. And I was looking at a deal this week, or yesterday actually, about how if you just, that time you spend on social media.
Mm-hmm.
However many minutes a day that is for you. If you did research on how to use AI, you're going to do yourself a really, really big favor, because before long, you're going to have to know how to use it.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've played with it a little bit around here.
Right.
You know,
Yes.
now
Yes, we
I'm
do.
not the one that's going to let that AI write my radio scripts for me. But I'll tell you, when you do things like take this basketball roster and put it in numerical order instead of by grade, you know, and how quickly it can do it, it's pretty amazing stuff.
It is.
But
it
we're
still
going
has
to
some flaws.
Huh?
It still has flaws.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's not an end all deal, but you know, and then what we talked about Wednesday about having over 100,000 electricians are going to be needed,
right?
Because of this push for the AI. I mean, you start thinking about that, and girl, that's big time stuff.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
So, what do you have over there as far as energy stock prices? Are you going to hook us up?
No.
What in
It's
the
kind of
world,
mixed
girl?
today, I
You're
guess.
starting the year off on
I know, right?
well, nowhere to go but up, right?
Exactly. See? Way to look at the positive side of things. American Electric Power is down 21 cents, trading at 115.10. Apache is up 1 cent at 24.47. Baker Hughes is down 1 cent at 45.53. ConocoPhillips is down 1 cent at 93.60. Devon Energy is up 2 cents at 36.65. EOG Resources is down 38 cents at trading at 104.63. Expand Energy is down 94 cents at 109.42. General Electric is up $4.21 at 312.24. Halliburton is up 17 cents at 28.43. Hallmark and Payne is up 17 cents at 28.85. Liberty Energy is up 4 cents at 18.50. Occidental Petroleum is up 1 cent at 41.13. OG&E Energy is down 35 cents at 42.34. One Oak is down 93 cents at 72.58. Phillips 66 is up 33 cents at 129.37. Sandridge Energy is down 13 cents at 14.30. Schlumberger is down 9 cents at 38.28, and Williams Companies is down 44 cents, trading at 59.67.
West Texas Intermediate is now down 72 cents, trading at $56.70 on the January contract. New York Mercantile Exchange, ICE Futures Exchange, has the global benchmark Brent crude oil trading down 73 cents to $60.12. And then New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 11 cents, trading at $3.57 per million BTU. Don't forget the ParagonTV.com presentation of Canute basketball. That game was scheduled for tomorrow, has been moved to today at 3 p.m. this afternoon, 3 p.m. Catch Jared Atha on ParagonTV.com. And it doesn't take long after the start of the year for the playoffs to get here, you know, which will start about the second week of February.
Yep.
So get ready for that. I did get your camera on, by the way.
Oh.
But anyway, it was one of those deals where basketball in 3 seasons. You have before Christmas break, you have, you know, right after Christmas break, and then you have the playoffs. And, and before long, it's going to be here. So ParagonTV.com, $9.99 a month, get you access to all 8 schools in the family, all their live broadcasts, all their archive broadcasts, all the extra stuff that Lexi's out there killing herself doing right now. She's killing it. She's doing a great job. I'm so proud of her, too. Congratulations again to the Brewer boys.
Yes.
20 years. They had a little soiree here in the studio this morning, and it was really good. And 20 years, pretty good milestone. That's 2 decades.
Really is.
2 decades.
Yes.
And then they're still twin brothers. You know, and so
I don't think that's going to change.
I think you're probably right, which is probably a good thing. Again, folks, I hope you enjoyed today's show. Be back Monday morning with another edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO. Hope you brought in the good new year in a good way. And wishing you a very prosperous and blessed new year from all of us here at Paragon Communications, the Exploring Energy Radio Show. For TJ, I'm Shawn Wilson. Thanks so much for listening. I promise we'll talk again. Have yourself a great day.
Winning a prize for your best girl. That's what country sounds like.